Solid. Brush this hair. We're gonna get to this shit today. Trap. This weird place. They telling me it's in a weird place, Trap. Hip hop in a weird place. It's funny because I had to question myself today, right? Was hip hop really in this weird place? Like, I guess the more I think about it, weird at this point is weird at this point is very like perspective based. Like it depends on a perspective, how you see things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for the most part.
I mean, right? Because if it's not perspective based, I mean, it's not like hip hop is somewhere that it hasn't been before.
When would you say it was there before? When would you say we had something that resembled where we at right now?
Pre-1992. Pre-1992. Hip hop all pre-1992. It's familiar. And it's really familiar to me because I got a chance. Not only did I, as a little kid, right, I grew up in the 80s, but then the more I studied hip hop, I was able to go back and really bring more depth to what I saw, right? And I was able to bring context. So I was able to relive it. So I could see where the business wasn't offering all of the budgets. For a long time, hip hop was spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the majority of a label's budget. We wasn't getting pop budgets for everything, but we were a big part of where record companies spent their money. Like, it was a time when all major record companies probably had more than 10 rappers signed. Tons of rappers signed. You know what I mean? Post the work to me that Wu-Tang, Bad Boy, Death Row. I'll make those the centerpieces of this conversation. So Def. Those production companies, the work that they did really pushed hip hop into where every record company was like, yo, we need to get a rapper. Because during the 80s, it was only a handful of records that were crossing over to the pop charts. And it took a genuine effort for any consistency, right? Like Run DMC, Walk This Way, obviously is this Aerosmith collab. Wipeout by Fat Boys, you know, with the Beach Boys, there was an effort, right? That record companies needed to invest money. They needed to feel comfortable with, you know, Beach Boys was already mainstream, already pop. So it was nothing for a record company if you had a feature with the Beach Boys, right? And the record company say, oh, you got the Beach Boys on here. Okay, we could put some money into this because mainstream America is comfortable with the Beach Boys. Mainstream America is comfortable with Aerosmith, right? Outside of that, we just played on the rap charts when it came to Billboard. We wasn't on a Hot 100. We were just on the rap charts. Wu-Tang, Bad Boy, Death Row, that became kind of the first time where records were like, they were like pure hip hop records, where they was like street records, and they were now starting to chart. Like G-Thang was
got the Onyx up in there too.
Well, I mean, I think we did have one-offs. You know what I mean? I think we did have some one-offs here and there. Naughty by Nature, LL has
Naughty by Nature for sure.
But I'm saying with consistency.
Naughty by Nature was consistent though.
No, the Chronic had 4 records on one album that went into the top 40.
Now, if you're going to talk about like that, then because But that was a little bit later though. But Lost Boy had 7 records on one album though. It was going in the top 40.
Not 7 records in the top 40. They win the Hot 100s.
Top 40.
No, Hot 100s. Out
7 records. 7 records on one project.
One project. No, they didn't.
7 records on one project.
No, Trap.
I'm telling you, bro. You go on top. I'm telling you, bro.
I know that just didn't happen. That's not true.
All right, watch this.
But the point I'm saying is these labels started having consistent entries in the top 40 of the charts. Right? These record labels. And after that, it became like, yo, we need to really, every record company really thought to themselves, like, yo, we need to get in on this rap thing. This hip hop thing, we need to get in on this thing. We need to go out, go get some of them colored folks, find any of them that you can find that do that rap thing, get them in here. And here we are, boom, 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 opportunities. And shout out to all of the guys of the 90s, right? Post 92 in hip hop that started doing that lifting. Outkast obviously is huge. All the stuff from So Def is huge. I mean, No Limit, Cash Money. Like they really showed, obviously Def Jam had already been doing a bunch of stuff. Right? Shout out to Andy, who's already on my ass. Trap, you're wrong because Glasses said so.
I know. That's how it always go. That's how it always go.
And the crazy part is I won't get an apology for being right. It'll just be Glasses as being a dick.
Right. So you remember how many I told you, right?
7 on one album.
7
on one album.
Like on one album.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
No, you're not.
It was 1996 though.
I'm saying regardless.
Go ahead.
Right, that's not the point. The point I'm saying to you is they started to lift everything. And then hip hop became the belle of the ball of the record industry. Everybody needed a rapper. Here we are. Yes, Revenge. The labels are over it. You know what I mean? The labels are over it. But the point I'm saying is, I would imagine it's strange to somebody that knows hip hop pretty much Carter 3, Lil Wayne era. Like, let's say a Thug. Thug is a Carter 2, Carter 3 baby. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the Lil Wayne babies. All the babies that Lil Wayne birthed. Shout out to all the Kanye babies and the Lil Wayne babies, because that's what we seeing in hip hop. And to them, they only knew hip hop as this very dominating, very genre bending thing. Genre bending things, right? They just a lot of genre bending. So that's where we are at now. So I would imagine hip hop looks strange because we just came out of a situation that said, hey man, a lot of this shit you sing is not hip hop. This is not like us. And I get it, because a lot of us, if you study hip hop or if you grew up in the 80s and you got a chance to see hip hop from its inception all the way to where it's at today, like shout out to every older person, you know what I mean, that saw hip hop as it came in. To me, like somebody like Rashad, where they were born before hip hop was a thing, and they were able to get it in their formative years versus people like us, Trap, who we don't even know a world that hip hop wasn't the shit.
It's a fact.
Shout out to Steve. 6 songs from Legal Drug Money charted in the top 100, but not the top 40.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, all right, Steve. All right, producer Steve. Relax.
So instead of you and Andy saying, hey, I'm sorry, you were right, I was wrong, it's like Glasses.
No.
Because that's exactly what I said.
No, you didn't even mention them, though, bro. You didn't even mention them. They was on fire.
I was
right there along with Wu-Tang.
I'm talking about the record company. Wu-Tang Records, Death Row Records, Bad Boy Records.
Wu-Tang had a production company.
Same for Death Row, same for Bad Boy. So again, it's like, God damn it, No Ceilings Live, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here, noon Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. if you're on the Eastern Standard Time. I don't know if you back at lunch. I don't know if you back at work and you at lunch, but if you eating your lunch, man, I hope we get you through this lunch hour smooth, give you some good laughs, some information, some things to think about. We do this stream to support the No Ceilings podcast. I dropped a Christmas episode that was really good. It was concise, but it was excellent to listen to. Christmas Day conversations. Make sure you go check it out. You can listen to the No Ceilings podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcast from. The No Ceilings podcast, executive produced by Charlemagne the God, the Black Effect Podcast Network, and iHeart. And we're going to get this thing started. Shout out to our sponsor, millsbymanny.com, MANNIE.com. If you are tired, listen, if you want to lose some weight, if you want to gain some weight, hell, if you want to just stop cooking for yourself, but you don't want to eat McDonald's, head over to millsbymanny.com. Get in on that thing, man. I promise you, you'll love it. So the weird place that hip hop is in, right, is not weird at all.
It's a reset. It's a reset, though. That's what I put it as. It's a reset. It brings us back to where we should be at. So,
as people say, the essence.
The essence. The essence is a good one. Yeah, the essence is a good one. A good way of saying it. Yeah.
The essence.
Where it should go back to not wanting, know what I'm saying, to the matter of making good music and not just music that. Well, I don't know, because I don't think it's a time when good music. Everything that charts is good music though, but it's not the sole purpose of making music to get on the charts though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think nobody was ever making music to get on the charts. But I will say this, Trap. I think the people from the 80s and 90s really wanted to be rappers.
Yeah.
They didn't necessarily look at it like a lick. It wasn't a get rich quick scheme. It was a lot harder to kind of to get into traffic, like to be about it, versus post 2000 and the 2000s, where even when I saw it, it was like, oh shit. And here's something that I could change my life with. Here's something I can make a living with. And I think we're going to lose a lot of those people now. We're going to lose a lot of people that think they could just make a living with it.
I seen a clip. I don't know if I sent it to you. It was a clip with when Kane got into that. Kane was talking about that. Did I send that to you?
Mm-mm.
What Kane said as far as when they was rapping, he started out rapping just for just to the fact of being the best at rapping. He wanted niggas to know, look at him as being the best. And as time got on, people started rapping in order to just make money. You know what I'm saying? Like for the fact of just making money. And it was just something different within that right there. You know what I'm saying? To the fact that the approach of wanting to get into rap was just different from their time to as time went on. So that's why you started getting people that wasn't as talented and shit like that. People that just was just out there just to make money and not be looked at upon as being the best at doing what they did. There was more to it that he said though too, but it was dope though.
That's my point. Like when Snoop Dogg wanted to be a rapper, it wasn't looked at like something you could get rich at doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could be popular to a degree. You had to be into really music to want to be a rapper at that point. You had to really want to be into music. And I think post 2000s, before the battle and after the battle, right? Before the battle, well, even this has nothing to do with that. Let's start here. It became an economic opportunity for people from the ghetto. And at first it was an artistic opportunity to people from the ghetto. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And obviously, when you have an economic opportunity, you're going to get people that really only care about the economics. And I think we've been dealing with that for a while. We've been dealing with that for a while, where we've been watching people looking at the economic opportunity, and this is just another thing. But that goes the same also for the record companies as well. So it's not just the artists, but the record companies. There was a ton of people getting into the hip hop business that didn't care about hip hop at all. They was like, this is just a viable financial opportunity. So I was thinking to myself, am I really happy with this weird place that hip hop is in now? Like, did I ever care that it needed to be everybody's shit? No. I don't think I ever cared how big the Fat Boys was. I didn't quite know how big the Fat Boys was. I just liked them. I didn't really care how big LL was. I just liked what he did. Houdini, Run DMC, Ice-T. Like, I just liked them. Like, I would see, it was a big deal to see Ice-T on a big screen in the movie Breaking. That was cool to later on realize, like, oh, that's Ice-T, or seeing Ice-T in New Jack City. I don't know how much money New Jack City did at the box office. Did you really care about that? I don't know how much House Party did at the box office. I don't remember how much Boys in the Hood did at the box office. I just remember being enamored with, man, look at the representation of myself there. So I like where hip hop is going. I think it's about to rid the whole culture in the game away from people that was never into it. And it started before this, Trap. And this was my point to you when I kept saying a lot of the stuff you were seeing weren't hip hop. That's not to say that hip hop didn't go into them, because hip hop was the belle of the ball. But again, we're looking at a lot of babies of Carter 3 Lil Wayne and 808 and Heartbreak Kanye. And that's important to distinguish, because they're not necessarily true fans of Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne goes back to 1998, 99. They don't know about Lil Wayne 98, 99. When Lil Wayne was
500
like
degrees.
His outstanding MC coming up and working his butt off and being nice.
Huh? I don't know about standing.
I mean, he was at 17. If you take his age,
he was definitely in tune to his roots and his culture, where he was coming from with the wobbly wop shit though. But I ain't gonna put that on.
Think about Lil Wayne rapping at 16 years old. He wasn't
better than Nas. Nas was outstanding at 16
Nas
years
wasn't
old.
16.
He wrote half of that album when he was 16, 17 years old. It just ain't come out until then. They recorded it from the time when he was 17 on to 21.
So I'm talking about Lil Wayne's albums that came out when he was 16.
Them shits was garbage.
I almost said fuck Nas just to irritate you, because you just disrespectful. This is why niggas don't like y'all, B.
I'm just saying, bro. Them shits wasn't hot,
This is why niggas don't like y'all.
They wasn't hot.
This is why niggas don't like y'all.
Yo, half the people that like...
This is why niggas don't like... Y'all are the cruel, oppressive father, bro. This is why niggas don't like y'all. Nothing is good enough. Nothing the kids do is good enough. This is why niggas don't like y'all.
So? Okay.
He was outstanding to be 16.
To be 16, he was outstanding. Okay.
The Block is Hot came out when he was 17.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Chopper City in the Ghetto was better than them albums. He was the same age as him.
No, he wasn't the same age as Wayne.
He was about a year older than him.
No, he's not. He's older than Wayne.
How much older is he than Wayne?
BG is older than Wayne.
How much older is BG than Wayne?
I'm finna tell you.
Niggas thought Turk was better than Wayne back then, B.
That's because
we ain't about to even do that.
Older. BG
Turk was not older than Wayne.
BG was born in 1980.
Yo, Wayne's career started. Yo, Tony, if you watch right now though, bro, half the people think your career started Carter 1 or when the mixtape started coming out. Before that, all that right there, nigga wasn't tune into that joint like that, B.
That's because he was a little kid to us.
He wasn't really. I mean, he wasn't cursing and stuff, but he wasn't like a little.
How you just gonna write that off that
song.
he wasn't cursing?
He ain't even had the best verse on the Batter Up song. The joint with Sammy and Bow Wow and all of them.
How could you hate this loud? I'm not giving you shit. I'm not.
Nothing I do is hate, B.
No, because I'm telling you, the dislike for what somebody did at 16 and 17 is crazy.
Nah, I know what you're saying.
I know you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
I'm saying, no, we wasn't tuned into Wayne because he was a little kid. He wasn't using profanity. And he was still fresh. Juvenile was a grown-ass, mature, and fire talent.
Juvenile was grown. He was grown.
BG was grown.
Wasn't grown. BG wasn't grown.
Yeah, he
BG
was.
wasn't grown. No,
yeah, he was. BG was like 18
How
or
much
19.
older is BG than him?
Like 2 years.
All right. I'm a hater.
Yo, bro,
that hating cloth don't fit me, man. I'm an honest person, B. I can't wear a hating jacket, man. It don't fit me, B.
The fact that you brought up Nas when Nas' album came out at 21 years old. And then I'm talking about somebody's album that came out at 16 or 17 years old. And the thing you're going to do is find a New York artist. You could even say LL. LL put out a fucking album he was like 16 or 17.
He did.
You didn't even bring up LL because some way you figured out a way.
And it was much better than it was much better than 500 Degrees.
I don't know if people felt that way about radio.
Yeah, yes, they did.
Not 500 Degrees. We talking about Block is Hot.
Talking about Block is Hot. Like I said, it don't start. The ball don't start going until the mixtape started coming out.
I think you're disrespecting
and then Carter won.
I think you're disrespecting him.
How?
Because I think you're not taking into account his body of work, all the work he's put in. The reason he's so good by the mixtape Carter 3 is because of the work he's done for this year, for years and years.
Is beyond a legend, B. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hall of Famer. Top 5 all time.
Yeah, we seen him like what we seen him morph into like that. Like I don't think we ever seen that before with them. Like seeing somebody go from where he was at to where he ended up to. You know what I'm saying? And then where he just took off to being. You know what I mean? But we're gonna look at them rookie seasons and we're gonna say, yo, we didn't think he was gonna turn out to be the way he turned out to be. You know what I'm saying? But it turned out to be great.
You don't think
you considering that? Squad up, right? I forgot the name of the mixtapes was. I keep on forgetting the name of them.
You don't think you're considering there's only one person that's in the position that actually ascended to levels that high? Like you're not making like a fair comparison? Like LL Cool J
keep it going on?
Bow Wow, I mean, if you look at it, do what Lil Wayne did. Like the other guys that are 16, 17 years old delivering albums, nobody's been able to rise to that level except one person from Queens, and he's not from the bridge. You hate to give him credit, but there's only one other person.
LL?
Yes.
No, LL
and I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people don't give a lot of credit. They don't really respect radio correctly. I mean, there are some all-time great classic records from radio, but I don't think people respect the radio album the same way. So what I'm saying is, yes, we were looking at Juvenile, BG, Turk, Stunner because their content was more mature, right? Thinking about the Wayne stuff that I remember at the time, he was always more than a formidable MC. He wasn't never bad. That nigga could rap. That nigga was nice at 16, 17. Now, don't get me wrong, I get where he got to, but he wasn't bad at that age. Like listening to his verses and Hot Boy stuff, he wasn't bad. Like he was putting that shit together, but it didn't sound as compelling as these wiser, more mature men at that time. No.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But he was really, it ain't a lot of 17-year-olders that's been in the business that's nicer than Lil Wayne. It may be a handful of guys. And I'm talking about guys who actually put out work. Not guys who got a song or feature, but guys who put out whole albums. Like he's pretty top tier at that point. You know what I mean? When all things considered. So no, we wasn't tripping. We wasn't into Wayne because we had adults. We had a bunch of adults that was like, and it was like Juvenile was probably in his mid-20s, but it sounded like he had the wisdom of somebody 35. or 50. But Wayne was outstanding.
Okay. Okay.
Outstanding.
I'll
Nas
give
was
you full screen.
21 when
Give you full screen
Nas,
for a second, so
huh?
you can make that a point. Look at the what's the name real quick.
What's that?
Is it?
Hold on, let me look. What am I looking for? Private
On the
chat.
screen. On the screen. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead. I got you. I'll hold you
All
down.
right.
All right.
All right. Trying to close this one.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Trap talking about. Trap gone.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'm not going. I'll be right back.
So I can talk shit. No, Andy, when Illmatic dropped, Nas was about to be 21. Nas was born in 73. You know what I'm saying? And the album came out in 94. So I think roughly he was right about 2021. Wayne was dropping shit. Wayne was born in 82. His first project comes out in 99. So he's 16 or 17 years old at that time. It's not bad. Like I thought he was, again, listening now, you know, hearing what he was doing, he was always pretty, outstanding, and he developed and got better and better. But before we got off track, let's come back to the main point. The main point that I was saying is a lot of the artists we're looking at are products of 808 and Heartbreaks, post Kanye, that Kanye and post Kanye. That Kanye and Carter 3 success, Carter 4 Carter 3 post Carter 3 Lil Wayne. A lot of the artists we're looking at. So and maybe not even Carter 3 Lil Wayne, probably the rebirth Lil Wayne. Probably like the rebirth Lil Wayne. I don't even know if they're Carter 3 Lil Wayne fans. I think that's where you get the Travis Scotts and all of these guys, because they're part of these genre bending efforts from, all things considered pretty great hip hop artists. So it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's not a comparison of little Nas is not in this conversation because Nas didn't release an album at 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't putting out album. Nas officially entered the game, right, with his offering of Illmatic when he was 2021. So it's not that kind of comparison. I'm talking about guys like LL Cool J, where their first album, LL was born a year before Jay-Z. I think LL was born in 68. His first album comes out in 84. Yeah, so it's not a comparison of Nas and Wayne, right? I'm saying we're talking about guys who put out albums when they were 16, 17 years old. It's just different. It's different, you know what I mean? So, but that's not the point. I'm saying the generation of guys we are seeing in hip hop, right, now are really products of genre bending efforts from our favorite hip hop artists. That's why a lot of the artists we're looking at, we like, that don't quite look right. So I love the place hip hop is in, honestly. I think where hip hop is at is awesome. What's really dope is I get to hear. So while in the 80s, you only heard the best of the best hip hop songs. That every hip hop song didn't kind of come to the East from the East Coast to the West Coast. You're going to get more Houdini. You're going to get the biggest things. They're going to fall. The biggest stuff is going to make it. Now I could kind of tap into movements that are not necessarily like mainstream acts, like everything happening in Milwaukee, right? I'm a big fan. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of everything happening in Milwaukee. That whole low end music, right? I love all of that. Big Frank, Maya P, Ken, Steve the Stoner, JB, all of that stuff. I love that shit. You know what I mean? I love how to see how people have fun, right? The stuff out of Fort Worth and Dallas, right? Everybody knows right now my favorite rapper probably is Johnny Damn D. So it's very much like the 80s where things are happening in niche places. I was listening to somebody that's from the West Coast that's in their 30s that had no idea who Larry June was. Like multiple people had no idea who Larry June was. I was like, damn, y'all don't know who Larry June is? And they had no idea who Larry June was. Nah, Andy. Illmatic came out in September of 94. Nas was born in 73. Let me see. What month is Nas' birthday in? So we can get it right. Nas was born September 14th. And Illmatic came out April. So he came out when he was 20 years old. So we're definitely at a place to where now hip hop is only going to be reserved for people, again, like who artistically want to be bothered with being fantastic or, you know, or really being expressive. You know what I'm saying? So I love the place hip hop is in. And if it's weird, it just may be unfamiliar to everybody. Squish, what up? It may just be unfamiliar. Again, if you only started to digest hip hop when Kanye put out 808 and Heartbreaks because you're young or you was doing what you was doing or your parents was keeping you away from it, or, you know, by the time Lil Wayne made the Rebirth, right? Because the Rebirth came out in, look that up, Lil Wayne Rebirth, 2010. So if right now, like, it's been 15 years since Lil Wayne put out the Rebirth. So let's say you're around 11 to 15 when the Rebirth comes out, 12 to 15. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people kind of got that. Like somebody told me the other day that I feel like Dying was like this big Lil Wayne song. And I'm like, I feel like Dying is a big Lil Wayne song. Like I never heard that song one time in my life. Like I never heard that song. I mean, I was signed to the label. I was around when they was making this shit. I'm like, and then I looked it up on YouTube and I feel like Dying was like, it had like 80 million streams. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, God damn. You know what I mean? So to me, there's a bunch of kids who are the product of Lil Wayne's Carter 4 and Rebirth. And I think that's what we're seeing. Or 808s and Heartbreak, Kanye West. What year does the 808s and Heartbreak come out? 808, 808 and God damn it, 808 and Heartbreak. That came out in 2008-9. So it's like a lot of these kids are products of these versions, kind of where hip hop, again, those two, you know, guys started to really bend genres. So now, like, it's like the copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, right? Where they're doing these different things. And now you got these kids who are like, they're doing their best Rebirth impression. 2008, 9, 10, 11, those are like Kanye and Lil Wayne is driving the car that is hip hop. They're driving the car that is hip hop at that point. 2008 to 2011, Kanye and Lil Wayne they're right there. They're the greatest driving forces in hip hop. Generation loss. Okay. All right. All right. No. I think we're looking at kids who were, you know, coming into their adulthood or into understanding around that time. And so now here we are. We had that whole run of the blog era. So I love the place hip hop is in. I'll be honest. I'm not like everybody else. I'm not into everybody. Like I kind of like I can go listen to what's happening in the South. Shout out to the Big Homie Show. I'm finna knock out for show out of Dallas. Obviously, like people know I feel about Johnny Damn D. I feel like now, hip hop is in a weird place if you came into hip hop or if your understanding came about somewhere between 2007 and 2013. This probably feels completely strange to you. You probably don't even understand what's happening because you don't quite know what was happening in hip hop pre 2007. Pre 2007. This is weird for you. This is weird. And I feel sorry for a lot of the people that's going through this change. Before the battle, after the battle, it's going to be a tough time for you. And you may not last in hip hop. You may not last. You may find yourself moving on to whatever is about to happen, with these kids, because, a lot of the guys that you follow, they're going to do something else. They're going to do something else. They have other stuff to do. They got to do their thing, and y'all can go with them. It's like, shout out to all the LeBron fans. You're on your way out the door. You're on your way out the door. I understand why you are on your way out the door. You got things to do and places to be and white people to see. You got shit to do, bro. You have a lot of shit to do. You ain't got that much time to do it. It's time for you to leave. It's time for all of y'all that have been using this shit. It's time for you to pack your bags. On crib, like it's time for y'all to pack your bags. Pack your bags. You have overstayed your welcome. Pack your bags. If you don't care about this thing, pack your bags. If money mean the world to you, pack your bags. If you don't understand you're supposed to represent the culture, pack your bags. No. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on Bron, but like your time up with the Lakers is came to an end. Pack your bags. All of y'all Bron fans, traveling fans, you know what I mean? Y'all go to every team. You got 157 jerseys of different people. Your stay with the Lakers is over with. Pack your bags.
You want the two white boys to hold y'all down?
Trap, it's over. When it's over, it's over.
Over. I think it's all right this year. I think this is last year for sure. This is last year for sure. Does Bronny leave too, or can Bronny hang out after Pops go home?
Pack your bags.
The son gotta go. When your Pops leave, you gotta leave too, B.
2 plane tickets, 2 private jet with 2 seats. Pack your bags.
He said your Pops headed out. You gotta leave too, bro.
Pack your bags.
Bro. It's time to go.
Look, man, it was wonderful. We appreciated all the contributions. To the
y'all
small
don't even
things.
respect his chip that he brought y'all. You don't even respect the chip that he brought y'all, B. That's the crazy shit about it.
No, I mean, it just look a little funny in the light, but it's cool. It got us tied with the Celtics. Then the Celtics passes. Pack your bags.
Leaving the team to the cross seas, the cross seas Caucasian, B.
Look,
yeah, they
man.
said that. They said that somebody said that your boy Austin averaging the same. Somebody told me some crazy stat. Yeah, he's averaging the same numbers as Michael Jordan did his MVP year.
Yeah, he is, but it's a different NBA. Also, they can't guard a chair. Listen, I don't think we're gonna win. Don't get me wrong with Luka and Austin Reeves, and I don't want to go into basketball too much, but I
Yo,
just think that you have overstayed your welcome.
yo, Glasses has been for the past two days. He's been sending me clips of LeBron James looking like a 3-year-old.
The fact is that many clips you should be worried about.
It might have been more than that, actually, when I think of it. Yeah, he was just pouting, B.
Pouting,
He's
stomping
just
his feet on the
pouting.
ground.
It's just pouting, B. That shit is crazy. That last one was crazy, though. He didn't even get touched. And they keep showing the slow motion replay, and he don't even get touched. That's what happened when you spoil a player for years, man.
And that's what happened with hip hop and these guys. But I also blame you, Trap.
Nah, you can't blame me. Don't blame me for everything, man. We ain't gonna
No,
do that.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because you keep trying to let everybody be hip hop, and I keep telling you something is wrong. If you don't listen, you be like, "Gee, man, them people." I'm like, it's not they look different. They don't look like the culture at all. No level of it. They actually look like flat out white people. They actually move like flat out like white people. And I'm not talking about white people that come from where we from, Trap. I'm talking about, I'm telling you, they are the babies of 808 and Heartbreak and the Rebirth.
So let me ask you this though, right? So we had a crazy discussion. I had the OGs just going at each other the other day, in club. You wasn't there. You left, right? So Lex is in there saying that all that shit that was being done from 79, whatever you want to say, he said that's not hip hop. Huh?
In his mind, Marley is the grandfather architect of hip hop.
Yeah. So he's like, yo, none of that shit was hip hop. So now I got Master and John Scott in there. They like, yo.
Oh my God, that had to be a crap. Yo, that's what we need to do with the gatekeepers, bro. We need to have John Scott and Master come on.
That's a fact. Yeah, they going crazy on Lex. But Lex is holding his own against both of them. That shit wasn't hip hop. All that raw.
You know what's funny? The reason I can't be critical of Lex's idea when he says that is because deep down inside, my emotion says the same thing about
that's what I'm about to say right now,
hip-hop pre-Ice-T. Like I call it West Coast rap versus hip-hop on the West Coast. Like Ice-T and Too Short brought hip-hop to the West Coast. But then before that, we had rap on the West Coast because it didn't necessarily represent street urban culture.
Bunch of identity, yeah.
Exactly. And so for Lex to say that about Maul, like it's kind of like you tripping, but I get it. Like I'm not riding, but I get what you're saying. Because then look at Maul's contribution. Maul's contribution is life-changing. And it ain't a lot of people's contribution that's life-changing. Like the credit we give to Rakim really is Maul. Like Maul changed the whole game. Like straight up, and you can see his blueprint in everything. His blueprint is in everything to the point to when we see something that Larry Smith contributed, you know what I mean? We be like, we don't even trip that Larry did it.
Yeah.
Albie said the message is where it starts. Nah, I think Rapper's Delight is where it starts. But I get why somebody would talk about Maul's contribution being the true. But I think, you know what it is? Shout out to Lex. I think that's technology. I think he's the first to really, you know how technology takes culture like 20 years forward, kind of like how the iPhone did for us. Mm-hmm. Social media changed again. The iPhone took us like 50 years forward. I think Maul's contribution took us 50 years forward.
I remember when he got his award, and when he got the award, it might be like 2 years ago. And I never realized that he was the first person to sample.
Maul?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you really listen to what he does,
that shit's crazy.
Bro,
that shit's crazy.
That's why I can't. And you know, I'm fast to get on Lex's ass. Pause. I'm quick to be on Lex's head. Like, nigga, this one I was like, shit. You know what I'm saying?
He said, man, all they was doing was rapping over disco renditions, man. That shit wasn't fucking hip hop. That shit was rap.
And I get what he's trying to say, but again, like, Just because I'm capable enough to replay a break, I shouldn't be counted against. You know what I'm saying? Like Larry Smith's ability to play a break should not be like discredited. But I do understand. I think it's probably not fair to say that what he's saying, but I do think we should be talking about Marley Marl completely different when we talk about all genres of music.
Yeah. No, that's a fact.
So I think, and it's funny, Albie, we was just talking about it the other day, and I was like,
I'll be in the chat. Albie, what up?
I'll be in the chat. And I was saying, like, when he was saying, I keep my hand on the gun because they got me on the run, the message is the first gangster rap song, too.
Albie Pops is one of the first rappers too, man.
Yeah.
The last poet, I think it was. He the one who started out he the one who did the party and bullshit line.
Mm-hmm.
Word. Shout out
That's
LB,
like
man.
Snoop.
Pops.
That's like Snoop. Blood, cuz, gangbang.
Yeah, blood,
Everybody
cuz,
in the party
yeah.
doing dope slinging. That's MC Frosty shit from 83.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Radioactive. So I think I think we can't say hip hop starts with Marley Marl, but I think it's fair to say what he does for hip hop. He has the single greatest contribution of hip hop. Like if we had to give credit to one person, the single greatest person in hip hop, I'd be comfortable with that person being Marley Marl. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Like the single greatest person that contributed to hip hop is Marley Marl. Like what his style was like. Dr. Dre uses his style to this day.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna add my little style to it. I'm gonna have somebody play, but I'm gonna sample this, I'm gonna filter this out, but I'm gonna have them play this. You know what I mean? So Marl is probably the single greatest entity, or Marl has the single greatest contribution to hip hop. Johnny Damn D is my favorite rapper from Fort Worth, Dallas area right now. Johnny Damn D. I got Johnny Damn D over Mo 3, just so y'all know. I'm good with it though. I'm good with it. I'm good with the weird place hip hop is in. I just want to know what y'all thought. Were you good? Are you okay with the weird place that hip hop is in, Trap, this unfamiliar place? Are you happy with us moving out of the 808 and heartbreak and rebirth era of hip hop?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm waiting.
You gonna miss
I'm
the
waiting
auto
to see
tune flows?
Nah, man. Yeah, listen, man. Listen, bro. I think I was hating. I think I'd be hating now. I was a big hater on that shit right there. I had to learn to accept it. You know what I'm saying? But when I felt like you would be the first one to say all the time that I be wanting to dissect shit. That shit was just so like, it was a vibe. It was something I said before. I said, Joe, this shit is all vibe music, man. I said, and one thing about vibes, man, one thing about vibration, it eventually fades away. You know what I'm saying? And I knew it wasn't going to be nothing that was going to be stuck and being part of the culture and be with us for a long time. I knew it was a phase that we was going through. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was gonna eventually fade away. You know what I'm saying? But I learned to find the music that I was liking. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's why I listen to Future and shit like that. But I knew it wasn't gonna be something that was gonna stick, you know what I'm saying, stick around forever. Not to say that Future gonna fade away or go anywhere like that though, but everybody else who was caught and was following what other people was doing wasn't gonna be sticking around forever though. So I'm looking forward to see the next, you know what I'm saying, the next thing we're gonna get as far as what we're gonna create when it comes to hip hop. It might not be super lyrical shit like that. It might be something else. It might be a mix of all that shit though. I think people are gonna put more effort into their music though now. You know what I'm saying? There was a point we were just getting people just putting out whatever, B. They was putting out whatever, saying whatever. We was like in a
What are you gonna miss about the whole 808s, 808s rebirth era? As hip hop moved forward, right? Since Kendrick kind of drove nails in the coffin of it all, what are you gonna miss that's stuck in that coffin? Because none of that stuff is going forward. So what are we gonna miss?
I don't know. I
Are
don't
you gonna
know.
miss anything? I don't think I'm gonna miss anything.
Nah. I don't know. I think
What are
that
you gonna miss
vibration
from that
faded
party?
out.
What are you gonna miss from the party that hip hop was having for the last 15 years?
It's nothing. I mean, it's gonna be. It's not gonna be anything because it was. Unless somebody's able to come out with a new rendition of it like that, though, it
That's
ain't
dumb.
nothing to really miss
That's
within
dumb.
it, though. There's
Is
not.
there one thing you gonna? Is there one artist you gonna be like, damn man, I'm mad that person ain't coming forward. Like, I wish they was still there at that level.
No, because like I said, I don't think Future going nowhere. I don't think a person like Future going nowhere.
But Future is the real deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Future ain't really a product
Maybe
of
Thug.
none of those people.
I like the Thug at one point. So maybe a person like Thug or some shit like that.
Will I miss anything from Young Thug?
You
Not
probably won't.
really. Yeah,
You
not
probably
really.
won't.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The songs that I enjoyed at the time, but I don't think nothing he did is really that important. I think some of the stuff he did was ingenious, like that high pitch kind of thing he would
Mm-hmm.
do, like the vocal inflections. But I don't need them. You know what I mean?
I can't think of nobody, man, really, who would necessarily be if he. You know what I'm saying if he never get back up to it. Nah, I can't think of nobody really. Put some in the chat though. Who y'all would miss though, man? Who would y'all miss as far as it? I mean, like, listen, it's come to a point. Even after I heard the last Carter 6 shit, I'm your boy. I would hope that he, you know what I'm saying, that he'll be able to jump back up. I think he can though,
Who?
because he a real lyricist. Wayne, he a real
Wayne
lyricist.
got a million things to do. He gonna be fine. To
No,
me,
I know
what
he's gonna be
Wayne is
fine.
to me, what Wayne is gonna come to production. Like,
Yeah,
I think there's a pursuit for every artist to kind of to be ingenuitous, if that's a word. Ingenuity kind of burns in every true artist. But I think for Wayne, it's all about capturing glory. You know what I mean? Remembering and making sure people remember exactly why he's great. So like
mm-hmm.
if I could write a playbook for Wayne, if I was ever honored with that idea, one of the things that I would want to do for Wayne is have him do another project with Manny Fresh. I
That'll
feel
be
like the
fine.
Carter one is Wayne's best album.
I thought it was 2.
One. People say
Just
2, but
one.
2 to me is all over the place. It's when people didn't understand exactly what music was about. Like hip hop became an art, but then it kind of music. You know what happened was, bro, when we start having multiple producers do shit, we start fucking up music. And it's funny because one of the albums y'all praise the most is probably one of the worst fucking things that happened. But it's so culturally and artistically brilliant, right? And so reflective that it's bypassed how much it doesn't necessarily have to be a great musical piece. And I think that's what I miss the most about hip hop having this great contribution to music. Like we have tons of great contributions to art, but like we just miss music. And I feel like the Carter one is Lil Wayne's best music. I think he got Carter 2 is when people kind of caught on and he kind of caught his prime as a MC that's making records. And Carter 3 is when the world blew up. But Carter 1, man, when you hear that musical, that whole musical contribution, that shit is fire, bro. And I'll be jamming and I'll be like, damn, man, this is really great music. And I'm upset that it didn't happen for him on the Carter 1 because the Carter 3 becomes this. And I was around for that, where people sending in beats and he's making these great songs. And it's up to the people in that room, right? Which is Lil Wayne, which is Stunner Man, which is, Cortez, Mac Main, to their limited understanding of music. You know what I mean? The music, the compositions that you rap over, not the records, but and they're putting together this album. And it's like, Manny Fresh is a real musician. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense? Like when Manny Fresh put together the Carter 1, and it's like, this is why the music was so killer. And in my mind, that's what I do appreciate trap about that style of hip hop you like. What I call it drumless hip hop. It's not all drumless, but that whole, what do you call it, lifestyle?
No, that you talking about?
That thing where them dudes have one producers. It's the thing you talk about with Fred. with Freddie Gibbs, where it's like
And you just lock in with one producer and
all
just go.
producers. Like one producer is the overseer of the idea. Like I do miss that about music at the.
Yo, I was bringing that up like it's crazy. I was bringing it up like maybe like 2 years ago. I kept asking the question of like, what do you prefer, a multiple producer album or one producer, one artist album? You know what I'm saying? And it was like, and when I brought it up though, it was just some of the question I asked out of the blue like that because I started seeing like how I started enjoying albums was just that was with one artist and one producer, and I feel like the cohesion of the album would come together so crazy. But then, like you said, and you try to get slick with this now and then, you ain't mention the album though. You really ill for that right there though. You didn't mention
No,
the
because
album,
I
but
think
it's cool though.
I think
So
there's a. But I'm gonna tell you why I didn't get fresh with it, right? Or I didn't disrespect it because
yeah,
there's a cultural, artistic element that we cannot deny that
yeah.
becomes like superior. But I think sometimes we lean to that too much. Does that make sense? Like we lean too much to the cultural, artistic merit versus really respecting that we're all making music too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we
But
still
see,
making music.
sometimes people go within. I think it came to a point within music. It came to a point where people started not making albums and making playlists. You know what I'm saying? So then within doing that, that's why it came along within. It wasn't a problem to have multiple producers on it because you wasn't looking for the cohesiveness of the album. You were just looking to have good records on the albums and stuff like that. So it goes into now I'm going to create a playlist rather than creating an album. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I think so. I think that's what happens when it came to the multiple producer thing, and people were just making great records like that.
Here's a
Yeah.
question for you:
Mm-hmm.
Who's the Magic and Kareem of the
The
single
Magic and
rapper,
Kareem.
single producer element?
Ooh,
They got to have enough albums together. Because if we make it the records, it'll be Snoop and Dre.
it might be what's name. I mean, even though I don't know, not gonna do that. I was gonna say Premier and Guru, but
No.
nah, I can't. I just don't like Guru music lyrics enough to do that though. So he can't be Magic or Kareem. So,
I mean, I guess it does have to have some type of success, not just a tandem we like, but it got to have
yeah,
a
definitely.
level of success. We
It
probably
gotta
can't even
come.
say we can't even probably say that for albums. I don't even think we have enough albums from artists that have one producer to even have this conversation. So I guess it's going to come down into records, like single records. You know what I mean? Like which combination. So if is Nas and Premier the greatest tandem of anybody he's ever worked with as far as the amount of records that's at an elite level?
No, Magic and Kareem is my bad. I'm gonna go back on it. Might be Mobb Deep,
No, not
Prodigy and Havoc. But go ahead. But you said though, you said as far as with Premier and Nas, they the
is that
best.
Nas's greatest collaborator as far as like making records, single songs?
No, I like him and Large Professor though too.
Not you who you like, but that
No,
equates to
but I
success
mean,
at the greatest levels. At all the greatest levels. Checks all the boxes. So not just it's a cultural thing, but it still needs to be a cultural thing. But
that's why I could probably. I'm telling you, Large Professor and him got some records, B. I think it ain't hard to tell was Large
I like that.
Professor.
I like Jeezy and Shotty Red. That was
Jeezy and
nice.
Shorty Red's good. It could be some people from down south though too.
Tip and Toomp.
Tip and Toomp.
Tip and Toomp is 24s. You don't know me. 24s. You don't know me. What you know about that?
I like Premier. I like Premier and Jay-Z.
ASAP. I wouldn't put Premier and Jay-Z anywhere close.
They got records, B. You crazy?
Yeah, Kanye and Jay-Z.
I don't know.
You do know.
No Premier and Hov
Tip
got
and
records,
Jay.
B.
Listen, Jay and Ye.
Jay and Just Blaze.
Yeah, that's an argument.
Yeah. Premier and Hov got 7. Because you got to look at it like this, though. Premier and Hov got 7 records, and
What's
before
the
this
greatest
album came
Premier
out,
and Hov record?
it could be a million. You got 1,000,001.
Oh hell
got,
no! No.
No, hold on. It's a bunch of records, man.
Give me the greatest record with Premier and Jay.
You got Friend or Foe, 1 and 2, Man and 1.
That's decent.
That's 4 right there. 7 records. They got 7 records together.
I'm saying, give me the greatest record.
I'm trying to think what the other three
like
is.
if Snoop and Dre's is the greatest record, what would be that? The consistency. You got to put something that got to have an unusual amount of success. It can't just be something that's culturally solid.
So Ghetto. That's a good record.
Nah, I'm going Ye and Jay over that.
There's 2 more. There's 2 more they got. So
and I'm going Just and Jay over that. X and Swiss or Dame and Swiss? Ooh.
Because Dame and Swiss was the first album. No.
Just records.
Dame and X was the first album. Swiss and X was the second album.
I'm just going go records. Don't go albums. Go records.
I'm going with the records that was on the first album. But I don't know. Because it's Swiss. Because they got bigger records though. Swiss did Rough Rider Anthem.
Is the greatest record ever is Rough Riders Anthem with X? Not the most commercially successful, but the greatest. I think the commercially is the y'all gonna make me lose Party Up. I think that's there. And we're talking about records, single records.
It could be Rough Rider Anthem. But what Dame, because Dame ain't even do what's the name. Dame ain't even do Get At Me, dog.
Oh, he didn't?
Self-service. Nah, self-service did Get At Me, dog. Self-service did that. He didn't do that. Dame did like them B-sides on that album that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? He did like that intro song. The way the album start off. You know what I'm saying? He did them records, them B-side records that's crazy, that carried the album.
Dot and Mustard is Brian and AD. I'm crying. Y'all ain't shit.
That's crazy.
Y'all ain't shit. Nah, Dre and Dog is gonna probably be a tough tandem because they gonna have the most cultural successful records too. Dre and Dog is a lot. It's funny though, because when they did this album, we didn't get one from this album that last. Like that was crazy. And then like niggas tried to X-nay the Premier and the Premier Nas record. I'm like, God damn. So
I'm glad that album was the come. I'm glad the album
the greatest. Who had the longest impact?
What as far as producer and artist?
Yeah, single records. Single records.
I gotta sit down. I can't just
I know it's a lot to think about it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
I gotta sit with that for a second, pause, and then come up with it.
Give me your favorite producer rapper tandem, not the group. So it can't be Mob, it can't be Eric B. and Rakim, it can't be none of that. Give me the greatest producer rapper tandem and that's in your shit.
Yo, it's so crazy. I'm about to move it forward. I gotta go with Alchemist and Gibbs, Madlib and Gibbs, Madlib and Gibbs, Alchemist and Gibbs.
Yeah, you probably got a lot of Allen and Fred in your shit.
Yo, when he lock in with them producers, B, I need a new Madlib and Gibbs album, B. Like it's for some reason the way when he lock in with those two producers right there, he just go. I don't know, because I heard other albums where he did multiple producers on it. It don't hit the same like when he lock in with Alchemist and Madlib. When he lock in with them two, it put out beautiful projects. But who else I like, man? Let me think about producers. I can't really. I be stuck, man. I can't really think of it. All right, Premier. I like Premier and Royce together at times.
Well, they're a group, so we can't count them.
Yeah, they're a group. I like Hov and Timbaland.
Here's a question. Yeah, that is something special.
Yeah.
What's funny is it's not as culturally sound, but it is. It's kind of weird. Where do you put Hit Boy, Lil Bro, and Nas amongst your collab with Nas guys?
Yo, look, right? I feel like
obviously Nas and what is your number one go to for Nas and producer collab is what? Like you have this many records from this producer with Nas.
All right, so now
listen.
Hit Boy will fall within that. Like I said, I'm putting Large Professor and Nas, Premier and Nas. We didn't get a lot. I like Havoc and Nas though at the times when they linked up, but Hit Boy could possibly LES and Nas is dope.
So
LES and Nas is dope.
Is that your fifth favorite?
Yeah, he might be about fifth.
So you don't really care for it as much. It's cool.
No, I'm not even gonna put him in fifth though, because like I said, I ain't get like to get as much music as we got from Hit Boy and Nas, and I can't say seriously like Nas was the one kind. I feel like they met at equal grounds when it came to the projects.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like as if Nas was carrying the beats, like they was coming, they was both doing their thing on the joints. So he could fall somewhere in like fourth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It might be. It could be third. They got some. Yeah. But I'm trying to think what other producers. I don't like Timbaland and Nas. That shit like that shit didn't age well.
How do you feel about Hate Me Now? Is that Puff and Nas? Or we call that a Puff and Nas?
That was a hit, boy. That was a hit, man. That wasn't Puff and Nas. But I mean, like, he produced it though. Yeah, he probably produced it though.
Puff and Nas.
It was a great produced record. It was a great produced record from Puff's side. Nah, Hit Boy's top five. Definitely top five. I don't know where you're gonna put him at, but he's top five.
What's your favorite Nas or collab song? Where it's not a collab song. What's your favorite Nas record? Can you pick one?
I like
that's number one. This one gotta stand alone.
Number one?
It gotta stand alone by itself.
Shit. I like You're the Man, B. You're the Man is my shit. That was Large Professor.
Okay.
It was Large Professor. And then it gotta be Son of for Illmatic. And Shootouts. I got a lot of records. I got like a top five.
Gotta be one though. You're the Man is the one.
It could either You're the Man and Shootouts. Shootouts. It could be. I might go with Shootouts. Dun 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 dun. What leads present me? Besides the Henny, besides the scene plenty.
Here's an odd question. Getting back into this hip hop before it got weird, into that weird place that everybody loved, and now we're back to regular hip hop. Which producer would you say got with different rappers and gave you songs that you respect in their catalog? Like, which producer got with the most amount of rappers and gave you the most songs you respect in catalog? That's probably gonna be Kanye, right?
Could be Kanye, Manny Fresh.
I don't know. That might be hard for you because Kanye and Nas probably don't have a song up there for you.
That album, bro. I keep telling niggas that album. Let me get that Sprite.
I liked it. I don't know why niggas didn't like it.
Yeah, the album aged very well, B. You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was cool when it first came out. I thought it was cool. I just thought it was just something different, but I didn't think it was bad. But people talk shit about it.
I think that's the reason why we didn't get the because he was first up on deck to do the Supreme Clientele 2 with Ghostface.
Who, Kanye?
I think after that, yeah. It was rumored that it was supposed to be Kanye doing it, but I think it was like after that, niggas was like, nah, we can't have this nigga fuck this shit up. Nah, we ain't about to do that. And they did it right. That Supreme Clientele came out good.
That Sprite's not good. It's half open. There's hardly anything in it.
Yeah, I ain't know that.
Okay, I got you. So Nas. So this is all. So Nas and Jay-Z in the same era. Biggie's in the same era. Wu-Tang separately is in the same era. Is there one producer in hip hop that gave you that? Is there one producer in hip hop that gave you that? Who gave you the best records with all of those acts? Collab producer. Which producer?
Which one did you say? Repeat them again. My bad.
Because Wu-Tang, Nas, Jay-Z, and X are all in the same era, right? That's roughly 93 to 98.
Right? Yo, Big worked with some producers though too.
Yeah, but Big, we didn't really get a lot of shit from Big, but we could put Big in there. That's cool. So Big, Wu, Jay, Nas,
Premier.
X. Did X and Premier ever get something?
No. No. But Premier worked with Big. Premier got classic joints with Big. Classic records,
Classic
unbelievable.
joints with
Kicking the
Jay?
door. Classic songs with Jay.
But nothing with. Did anybody work with X, Jay, Nas, and Wu Tang?
That worked with
Anybody
all
Wu
of them
Tang?
together.
Is Swiss? Swiss
Maybe
got something with
Swiss.
one of the Wu
Maybe
Tang dudes, huh?
Swiss. I don't know if he got anything with Wu-Tang, though. But Swiss worked with
I mean,
Jay.
any individual members. He don't have nothing with any individual member.
Nah, who you gonna have one with? Method Man? Raekwon?
That's
No.
crazy when you think about that. So, was there a producer that worked with all of them?
With
So
RZA.
anybody got something with any of that stuff with all of them? I'm talking about any member of Wu Tang. So that's just the Wu Tang. Big never got nothing with Swiss neither, huh?
Nah. Not by that time.
Damn.
Do you think we're gonna I think it's a time for us to get, you know what I'm saying, the new a new wave of producers coming in. I think the trap producers is gonna fade out. The tempo gotta come up though too.
Well, the tempo is where it should be at for Atlanta. Y'all just got to stop biting their tempo. Because I think that's what's wrong with hip hop is the tempos don't fit.
You think the tempo of Atlanta should be slow and drowsy and shit like that? Niggas ain't supposed to want to dance and nothing like that.
I mean, I think it fits what they're doing with their lives. I mean, they have different moves, you know what I mean? Because obviously Jermaine Dupri used a different tempo. Obviously Outkast used different tempos. Toomp uses different tempos, but Toomp shit is slow. So I think the South kind of could be a lot slower than Los Angeles and New York City. I think the West Coast overall and New York City, especially the Northeast, are a lot faster than the South. Like the way of life. The speed of life is just faster. We're from fast towns. Like things is happening fast. It's moving. And I think the South is just, Atlanta's getting faster every day, but I mean, overall, it's just a different pace of life. So I think the stuff that they making fits their pace of life. Like when I listen to like I said, Johnny Damn D, right, being my favorite rapper from Fort Worth, Dallas area. Like to me, the tempo
That's
fits.
your boy. That's your boy, for real,
Man.
for real. That's your boy. You be messing with him all the time. Yo.
He keep dropping songs. Look at that, man. This nigga all right. I like this nigga.
Yo, did you hear about hear anything about the what's the name?
What's
I'm
that?
not changing subject, but about Puff got did he get a response back for that appeal, that early release appeal that he put in? I know he put an early release appeal. Let me try to look that up. My bad.
It take time. That take time. I don't know if it was gonna be instant. Wait a minute. Did you see the thing with Big Bank shut down the interview with Honeycomb?
Yeah.
Honeycomb crazy.
Yeah, put something on that. So what happened exactly with that?
So Honeycomb crazy. He calls himself Honeycomb Brazy, but obviously this is Crip.
Mm-hmm. Let me smoke real quick.
He was saying that Honeycomb Crazy was saying that after he stood up against the Fuck the Streets movement from Atlanta, that like the Atlanta was kind of pushing, that Big Bank canceled his interview, his sit down with Honeycomb Crazy.
Because he was pushing back on the Fuck the Street shit.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I don't know, man. I mean, he sat down with old boy. So like you're not playing both parts. I'm saying you sat down with everybody. You sat down with Woody. You sat down with I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that, man. I feel like he's trying to choose a side shit. Let everybody speak their piece, what they want to say. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? I actually agree with him. I feel like there were certain people on the West that, like, during this battle, I feel like there were people on the West that were playing it way too, like, on the
50.
gate, on the fence.
It's playing the 50. Yeah.
A couple people had to push off the fence. I didn't know you rap, Squish. I'm sorry, you would definitely be my favorite. You got to send me some raps. I
Squish
didn't
rap?
know you rap, Squish.
Squish rap? You
said,
rap
how I'm
Squish?
not your favorite rapper from DFW? I didn't hear no flows.
You got bars, Squish? You gotta hear something.
I need to hear. But I actually feel like, because they're not true media, they're not the source. Like, when you come here, this ain't the source. There are certain things I'm going to be biased about. Like, I'm going to always take my friend's side. I may admit my friend is wrong for sure. I'm going to tell you he's wrong, but I'm with him even though he's wrong. So that's the thing, that I guess it is kind of unbiased. Like, if somebody did something wrong, I'm gonna be like, man, that's wrong. But I still got their back. That's kind of what bias matters. Glasses used to sit down with Honeycomb. Honeycomb got to change his name. That Honeycomb Brazy, that shit just, yeah, maybe that might be interesting. I don't know. Would that be a good conversation? I never really heard him talk too much.
I haven't heard him.
No. So
I said no.
I don't know, because I never heard him talk. But I feel like too many people right now are trying to treat themselves like they're journalists. And they're like, I'm not a journalist. I'm not a journalist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. I'm not covering everybody's album. I'm not listening to everybody's album. I'm not interested in everything. Like, I'm not like Rob Markman is a journalist. Like, for real, like, I wouldn't even interview Kendrick.
Nah.
I just wouldn't. Like, I'm not a journalist. Like when I sit down with Dot and we do like content, it won't really be an interview. Like, it would just have to be this conversation kind of, and I'm telling you what would happen. We would get stuck on so much stuff of how it used to be. Yeah. We would talk about so much stuff, because I'm sure it will make him remember times that, you know, things were not as great as they are now for him. And don't get me wrong, I think even though things are great for Kendrick right now, there are still certain challenges that now are different for him. But I really don't think we would never have a good conversation about that. Like, I wouldn't even talk to him about the battle. Like, it just kind of would be whack. You know, we saw it play out in front of all of us. So, I'm not a journalist. Shout out to real journalists. Like, Rob Markman is a journalist. Justin Hunt is a journalist. You know, I'm not a journalist, bro. I'm a culturist, and I have a microphone, and
yeah,
you know, I share thoughts of what's happening in the culture. But I'm not trying to review these niggas' albums and shit. Not the shit I'm not listening to. If I had to pick people to talk to,
you just want to chop it out. You want to build, man.
Yeah, that's it. And to me, that's a great point. I really just want to build. Shout out to Coach. Make sure y'all go over to Coach's page, Coach Will's page. That page is called Wolfpack_Prime on Instagram. Donate to his GoFundMe for the things he's doing with all these kids. It's really fire. You feel me? Like, make sure y'all go tap in with Coach, follow Coach, go show him some love. If nothing else, even if you can't donate today, go leave a page and be like, Coach, we with you. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Coach got a game today in Pasadena. Half his players hurt. You know what I mean? Man. So he's just going through it. But y'all go encourage him, man. That's a solid dude. Make sure y'all go do it. He'll be back here in a second. You know what I mean? He just got a lot of games.
Got a lot of games going on right now, man.
Down. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not a journalist, bro. Like, I don't want to build with I don't want to even debate people. People want to, like, I've been offered so many opportunities to debate, and I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to debate you niggas. Like, I'm trying to build. And I remember I used to tell Trap this, and I think people don't legit believe me, but I'm serious. Like, I'm trying to build on ideas. Like, I did a great conversation with Reed.
Reed, yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, and Reed is dope, but it's because we intend to build. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with Act. Act was hit me the other day, like, and I'm sure we'll sit down, but like, if we're not building, like, I would only talk to Act on things we could build on. Like same with Flacco. Like we can't build on some of this shit y'all don't know nothing about. Like I can't build on stuff with y'all that you don't know about. Like I can't build with that. Like I can't build on with street urban culture with Act or Flacco. They don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So when we do sit down and talk, we would have to build on something that to me we would have a conversation to build on. We can't build on this culture. They don't know shit. When I sat down with Flacco, the times that I sat down with Flacco, the whole conversation is me informing him on what the culture is. It's me correcting things that he's wrong about. So I would imagine Act would be the same person. I'd be correcting him on the things that he don't really understand. I wouldn't sit there, like we couldn't talk about that. So, you know, the conversation with Act would probably not be good because I wouldn't be talking to him about the things that other people would want to see me talk to him about. But how could I talk to Ack or Flacco about the streets? What the fuck do they know about the streets? That's how I feel like a lot of these people that's on Twitter trying to talk to me about the streets. And I'm like, bro, you don't know nothing about the streets.
But you be sitting there trying to teach them though.
Yeah, but see, also it's a disingenuous element when they're not in front of me.
Yeah.
And that element changes when people are in front of me because now, like, you know, you do something stupid or that's disrespectful, I'm probably going to get up and hit you on top of your head. Yeah. So it's like, it wouldn't be like that. But the thing is, to me, having a lot of conversations about people that don't understand the streets, we shouldn't be talking about the streets. Now, if you want me to inform you and explain to you how the streets work, I'm cool with that. But for you to have an opinion on something that you know vaguely about, that I am vested in, you know, ridiculously is crazy. That's like me talking to Kevin Durant about scoring the basketball.
You ain't never tried to do that?
Hell no, not about scoring.
Oh, about defense stuff. About defense stuff.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
You tell them about some defense stuff, right?
Yeah, that's it. But imagine me trying to tell Dennis Rodman about defense.
Yeah.
Imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, you know what I mean? I'm here to listen to an expert. Like, I would listen to Kevin Durant talk about scoring the basketball. I just listen. I mean, tell me, how you know, it ain't no argument. There's nothing I can tell this nigga about scoring the ball. That's how I feel about niggas talking to me about the streets, Trap. Nigga, you can't tell me about the streets. Even in the industry, I walk the streets. So it's different. You know what I mean? For me, with Act, it's like we would be able to talk about, I would have to figure out something else to talk about. But we ain't talking about no street urban culture. Nothing. You can't talk to me about nothing about this shit right here. You know what I mean? You can't talk him or Flock. The whole conversation, Trap, is me telling them this is how I go. Imagine them trying to tell me about the streets.
That should be crazy.
Not only do they not know more based off experience, they don't even research it more than me.
Yeah. Said like telling KD about scoring.
What I'm gonna take to that man about scoring? That's like Seth Curry about shooting the three. Oh man, the way you shoot, nigga.
Could you tell Bron anything about basketball?
No.
Right,
I wouldn't sit down and talk to Bron about basketball.
Bron's a basketball genius, man.
Yeah, that's why I know when he's doing bullshit. That's why I get to be hard on him as much as I want to. Bitch, you know what's going on, nigga. You know what the hell you doing. You know you padding them goddamn stats. I know you know what you're doing. You can lie. And see, that's what a lot of these people from the streets to me do. They lie to ignorant people and cater to their ignorance. I mean, they really kind of cater to their ignorance to make people that feel like they know what's going on look. Like when LeBron say, well, I'll just be wanting to make the right basketball play. Nah, homeboy. Passing that ball to that wide open man ain't better than you shooting the ball over this little short nigga when you dive into the cup. That's bullshit. So, you know, it's different when somebody disingenuously uses their knowledge. Bro, some of them people that he kicked, I was watching a play where he kicked the ball out in the Cavs game 1 of that 2018, and it was to a guy that was shooting the ball. And I'm like, that guy wasn't even a good shooter. And it was somebody, I think it was Steph Curry guarding him. Nigga, you are 6'11". Why the fuck would you pass the ball when Steph Curry is jumping to guard you when you like 9 feet away from the cup? That's not the correct basketball play.
Might have needed a 3. I never seen LeBron make a bad
They was down by
play.
1.
I never seen LeBron make the wrong basketball play.
Like,
I might be upset that he passed it up.
Ball? And to me, that's the problem. Like, so I wouldn't talk to you because we'd be talking about some whole other shit where I'll be on your ass about the bullshit you be doing. Nigga, you know better. You know better. That's like if I talk to 21 about the streets. Nigga, you know better. If I talk to Thug, nigga, you know better. You know better. But no, I would never talk to him about playing basketball. Never. Let's get to this, get to these super chats. Shout out to the super chats. Thank y'all, man, for tapping in with the questions. What's wrong?
No, your thing went black for a second.
Trap, say sorry, bro. Red Rose, White Ceiling. Shout out to 65 Shutdown. Thank you for the $2. When you just tried to lie to our face, you and Andy just tried to lie to our face like the Lost Boys had 7 songs in the top 40. I'm like, Trap, that's just ridiculous.
They had 6 in the top 100, one album.
That's what I said to you. But
what are you saying?
I said they probably had in the Hot 100. They ain't have in the top 4. You know how few people in history had that on one album?
Why you drink blinking like that for?
What is it blinking?
Oh, let me close it because it seems like when you put the super chat up and start blinking. Let me close it out.
Yeah, Trap, you tried to tell that little lie shit. Like, do you know that's like Michael Jackson? Like, do you know how few people had 7 songs on one album placed in the top 40? I didn't even have to look it up because that's how rare that is.
They had 6 in the top 100.
Which is fantastic. But again, yeah, that's just
one album.
I think that's special. Shout out to Nicole. Thank you for the $5, Nicole. I'm 53 and originally from Philly. There was a time radio refused to play hip hop. Yes, the kids are spoiled. Facts, Nicole. Ice-T always tell me that. And Too Short. They really tell me how much R&B used to hate on hip hop. Both of them was like, man, Glasses, R&B used to hate on hip hop. So there was a ton of the industry that hated on hip hop. So shout out to hip hop for making it to where now I feel like everybody loved hip hop from the beginning. Shout out to Madge. Madge, what up? Thank you for the $5. Mixtape Weezy was untouchable. That's what they always tell me. What's crazy is I never got into Mixtape Wayne. Not even a little bit. Shout out to Andy. Thank you for the $5. I'm trying to understand why you have such limited view of things. Nas was outstanding to be 17. Wayne is trash. Always was. Juvenile was good. I didn't hear Nas at 17. Nas at 17, that would have been
Live at the Barbecue.
Would have been
Live at the Barbecue.
1980. That'd have been 1989, 90?
When did Back to the Bar? When did Halftime come out? 92.
Yeah, but I'm saying I never heard Little Nas in 1989 and 1990.
That was 19. Like I said, he wrote Illmatic at a young age.
That's cute. Like, yeah, that's just not
the recording.
That's sure. I'm saying I don't think it matters. I mean, that's what you're saying. It came out at 20, 21 years old, so it's different. So that's more of a legend of something.
The Barbecue was 91.
That's when he was 18.
I'm saying
again, I'm just saying
17,
it's not fair to compare him to LL Cool J or Lil Wayne. They had full released LPs. I mean, fucking L shit came out and went 84, 85. Radio came out 84, 85. Shout out to my boy Leaky. I gotta knock something out for Leaky. Go Leaky. Young West Coast. Make sure y'all listen to Go Leaky, spelled with 2 E's. Leeky. Dope young brother. So LL dropped Radio in 85, right? And so that would means he would have been 17 when he dropped it. That's what I'm talking about. Lil Wayne dropped Block is Hot when he was 17. That's what I'm talking about. So when y'all said Nas is outstanding to be 17, I don't know because I didn't fucking hear Nas at 17. And I think, Andy, sometimes that's where me and you clash at as far as you being at the table. Like you kind of make up what you think I mean versus me saying I didn't hear him at 17. I never heard him at 17. Like I heard all of LL Cool J at 17. I heard Lil Wayne at 17. I think I've heard Bow Wow at 17. I haven't heard a lot of rappers make full-length albums at 17 years old or put out full-length albums at 17 years old. Is that okay, Trap? Like I know what y'all want to do, but I'm saying you get what I'm saying now at this point, so y'all can stop acting like you don't.
Yeah, but if I do my research, it's been some rappers like that. It's just
Juvenile was outstanding. He wasn't just good. Juvenile was as good as rap could happen.
Juvenile was dope.
I know this is not going to be everybody's opinion, and it's probably not comparable because Juvenile was probably a little growner, but 400 Degrees is just as good as Illmatic to me.
What the?
I said it.
Can we wrap this up right now, bro?
We coming to an end.
I'm out. Yeah. And that wasn't his first album either. But Soldier Rag was his first album. That wasn't Juvenile first album. We're not about to do that right
major label debut.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's as good as Nas, his career. I'm saying 400
you
Degrees.
You said Illmatic, 400 Degrees is as good as Illmatic. No, it's not.
Yes.
No, it's not. Yeah, I'm out.
Shout out to Big Red. Thank you for the $2. Big Red. What's my office hours? Merry Christmas, cuz. Hey, much love, homeboy. Merry Christmas, man. I hope y'all have a great new year. Let's start planning them resolutions right now. Shout out to 65 Shutdown. Thank you for the $5. The Block is Hot as fire. And New York has one of the wackest rappers in history, 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine really, you know what? I ain't finna fight that. I'm cool with that. Sometimes the truth is overrated. Shout out to Andy.
Why would you even bring him up when it comes to rap right now, bro? I was trying to leave right now. Yo, bro. Yeah, I'm just saying, why would you even bring 6ix9ine up for that? Was crazy. Don't bring him at this table no more. What's wrong with y'all, yeah?
Perfect timing, man, with Gunna and them protecting it. Shout out to Andy Pandy. Thank you for the $10, Andy. Joey Badass was good to be 16 or 17. Nas was 19 when his album came out. He was older than 19 when his album came out, Andy. I think he was 20 when his album came out. I get on the East when they hate on Kendrick. Bow Wow sold out Madison Square Garden twice in 2005. That's incredible. Wayne rap nonsense. Damn, Bow Wow sold out Madison Square Garden twice. That's fucking fire. I ain't gonna listen to your Lil Wayne slander, Andy. He was not bad at 17 years old. He was pretty good. Yeah, you tripping, Andy. You going hard. You out of control. Shout out to Natasha. Thank you for the 50 check dollars. I was so in love with the Snoop Dogg NFL halftime Christmas show. It was beautiful. And I really felt the love and Christmas festivity feelings. You know what about Snoop that I give him credit, man? Outside of being possibly the greatest hip hop artist ever, he's a consummate professional. Like he's going to always present himself in his best effort. Like I saw him do things like hang with just certain Crips. And then I saw him, you know, and I know that don't seem like much, but like certain Crip people. And then I saw him host the Olympics. And then I saw him perform here. And I saw him do this. And it's always like this level of professionalism that he kind of gives off. Like he's a pro. He's like a pro's pro too. And sometimes I think I notice it, but I don't take it in. Ice-T is the same way. He's another pro's pro. You be like, damn, like the way they carry themselves. You know, he wore that red without even a double thought. It was nothing. Like, and he makes it work. So somebody like Snoop is really, you know, underrated in the grand scheme of what's happening in hip hop. You know, he really shows you a lot of possibilities in front of the world. And then how he shows you how not selling out the culture itself can still be beneficial. Because I think people don't realize Snoop is still a Crip. He's still a Crip out loud too. Like he's still a Crip in his life. Now, I don't mean like all the ignorant things you guys think of Crips, but he's a Crip. Like he's never like, yeah, I'm an ex-gang member. I renounce Crip. And he's like, no, I'm going to show you all the things we could be. So I think that's the catch. You know what I mean? So I'm really proud of that. You know what I mean? I think that's special and it's not spoken about enough. How he carries himself and Crippin'. Shout out to Miss Peachy Peaches. Thank you for the $2. Check out the Bag Few interview with Presser. Got to talk about it. All right, I'll check it out just because you said it, Miss Peachy Peaches, and we'll talk about it Monday. Shout out to Beach Boy Dre Beach. Thank you for the $5. You got to give credit to Kid Cudi too, because Travis Scott comes from that tree. And without Cudi, we wouldn't have gotten 808 and Heartbreak. Oh, so that's who I should blame. I hate that fucking shit. I hate that fucking shit. I hate 808s and Heartbreaks. I don't even like Cudi shit. Like, I think he'll have some good records because he's cool, but that shit, all that, I hate the world because I'm black, but I don't quite feel black and everybody's mad at me. I don't fuck with that shit. Shout out to all the niggas who like that shit and you feel like you just out, like you just hated by blackness and die all this old punk ass shit. I don't fuck with that. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody who fuck with Cudi and 808s. I don't fuck with none of that shit. I don't fuck with none of that boof ass shit, not even a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking with none of that, nigga. And y'all and niggas was for years trying to convince me that Cudi was on that timing. But nigga, when Puff came and opened up the presents at your house and you didn't do nothing, that showed me you wasn't on no timing. Because for sure you owe that nigga a squabble. Fuck what he did to your dog. Fuck all the shit he did to your car. But the nigga came and opened up your kids' Christmas presents and you ain't so much as pinched that nigga. You can't pop it to me, homeboy. So all y'all who fuck with that, I'm glad y'all got that. I don't fuck with that Cudi shit at all. None of that 808s and Heartbreaks. None of that Cudi shit. That's not to say I won't enjoy the man's song, but I'm not fucking with him and all that energy. Fuck that. Then a nigga went and took the stand. How you ain't even squabbled this nigga still? I'm cool. Fuck that. That's y'all. Y'all can have it. God did that for y'all. Shout out to Lakeisha. Thank you for the $10. Much love, Lakeisha. Shout out to 55 Vicious. Thank you for the $5. I remember seeing a video on Twitter of people showing a picture of Nelly to college kids, and they had no idea who he was. I'm 31. I felt so old. I saw that too. But Nelly is in that weird place to where Nelly was really famous for music. I saw that video, and there's a bunch of like, you know, different kids who had no idea. But Nelly is a really famous musician. Like he's not like a crossover type of thing. He's really the power of what you could be in music. Nelly got some other things outside of music. He was in a movie with Adam Sandler, but he's not necessarily a movie star.
Longest Yard. Yeah. Not the Longest Yard, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought he did a great job in that movie.
Yeah.
But he's really as famous as music can be. So, you know, his music isn't as, it's more kind of mainstream or like classic type of things. So I get it. I kind of looked at it funny, but I realized like, yo, Nelly don't do 1,000 things outside of being an outstanding musician. So I don't think that's as bad as it seemed. Shout out to Andy. Thank you for the $5. Y'all stole LeBron from us when we were desperate. And now that he is aging out, you ready to toss him, just like we knew y'all would.
Who's us?
Andy.
Who's us? Cleveland? She from Cleveland? Oh, she's from Ohio. She's from Ohio. That's right. She from Ohio.
Listen, Andy, I'm one of the few people that did not want him.
Yo, you know what was crazy? Was that when y'all got him, the first thing I thought was, oh, these Kobe fans is going to hate this shit right here, boy. So they're going to hate this right here.
And we didn't want him. He wanted us, Andy.
Yeah.
He wanted us.
Yeah. I think he wanted to put that down with his legacy. He wanted that to be part of his legacy. That he played for the Lakers.
Andy, we didn't necessarily give a fuck if he's here or go. We don't get me wrong. We understand the business. Shout out to Jeannie Buss and the
I
Buss
got
family.
one question for you.
But we didn't want him. He wanted us.
I got one question for you.
Yeah.
Is LeBron getting a statue?
No.
LeBron's not getting a statue? Oh, let me get back on the screen. LeBron's not getting a statue?
No.
Wow.
Why would he get a statue? We didn't miss the playoffs like 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
What, bubble ring?
Do you think he came there just to break the scoring record on the same team that what's his name got the scoring record on?
Sure. He knows the business of Lakers. LeBron is a fucking So man, that dude is brilliant, dog. That's why I know he know all the bullshit he doing. Hell no, he not getting no statue. James Worthy will get a statue before LeBron James.
What?
Yes. We might as well give Derek Fisher a statue before we get LeBron James. Shit, Powell could get a statue before LeBron. Why the fuck would LeBron get a statue in Los Angeles?
You can take like this. Doing the paddle.
Is he getting a statue in Cleveland is the question.
Cleveland don't got no statues there.
They need to make one. That's where he getting a statue. Is he getting a statue in Miami?
Y'all got statues in Cleveland? Miami might give him a statue. Miami retired Michael Jordan jersey. They definitely giving LeBron a statue.
Oh, okay.
They retired Michael Jordan jersey.
Listen, we can give Michael Cooper a statue. We could give James Worthy a statue. Hell, I'll give Byron Scott a statue. Kurt Rambis, AC Green. We can get a Showtime statue.
You give Nick Van Exel a statue before? You give Nick Van Exel a statue before LeBron?
No, not Nick. Not Nick the Quick. Shout out to Nick the Quick, but no. Not Eddie Jones. Not rest in peace, Eldon Inglewood's very own. That'd be hard to him to have a statue at the Forum.
LeBron definitely getting a statue.
LeBron is not a top 10 Laker.
He's getting a statue.
He's not getting a statue, bro.
Get Pat Riley a statue before LeBron?
Yes. LeBron is not a top 10 Laker. As a Laker, LeBron is probably like Kareem did better as a Laker. Okay, let's talk about the Lakers that did incredible as Lakers, right? Magic Johnson's a better Laker. Kobe's a better Laker. They're career Lakers, right? James Worthy did better as a Laker. He's a career Laker, right? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is not a career Laker, but he did outstanding with us, right? He was there to help us win 5 championships, right? Michael Cooper did better as a Laker.
Byron Scott.
Gasol did better as a Laker. No, not B. Scott.
Pau Gasol over LeBron.
Pau Gasol did better as a Laker. Jerry West did better as a Laker. Will Chamberlain did better as a Laker. Shaq did better as a Laker.
Will Chamberlain gave y'all 1 ring like LeBron gave y'all.
Yes. But it wasn't a bubble ring.
Yo, so what? Y'all got it.
So I think LeBron is like a top 11 through 15 Laker. That's not that bad. He only played there for like 6 or 7 years, and it was at the end of his career. I don't think that's that bad. That's pretty good. I don't even know if LeBron did better than Elgin Baylor as a Laker. So I think 11 to 15 is fair. I think that's being generous. I think that's nice. So no, we want to give it back to y'all. Give us, Andy, y'all can give us Jared Allen and that small forward y'all got over there. And y'all can have him back. We'll toss in Lil Bronny too. Shout out to Lil Bronny. Y'all can have a guard of the future. Shout out to Breezy Breeze. Thank you for the $5. Sylvia Robinson is hip hop. Without her, what is mainstream? You know what's funny? She's definitely a respected figure in hip hop as far as us understanding how important records were. Lex hated her though. But she was successful in all the black music. She had hit records as an artist, as a producer. She's also not talked about for how smart she was in the business. Shout out to Natasha. Thank you for the 50 check dollars. I now have the love for the state of hip hop as I've been educating myself from you, Glasses. And when Kendrick just changed everything, we're going to keep educating you. It's a long journey. It took me a long time to figure out a lot of this stuff, not just living through it, but actually going to sow my oats on it. I want to start doing this little content piece on this channel called Hip Hop 101, where I start really, me and Trap or somebody else just go talk to different legends of hip hop and really start breaking it down. My little brother who's in the chat, he makes fun of me, calls me KRS2. I thought that was so funny, but it's kind of dope. It's not an insult to be called KRS2.
That's fire.
I have so much respect for KRS1. Shout out to Beast Boy Dre Beast. Thank you for the $10. Gee, you tripping. I live in Dallas and Mo 3 to Golden, Texas, but I fuck with Johnny too. He part of the casino gang with Lil CJ Casino. I did some engineering for the leader, Bugatti Casino in Houston. Okay, first off, the Go to Texas is from Houston, nigga. Yeah, don't play with Scarface. Y'all,
Oh boy.
yeah, y'all getting out of control. And Go to Texas. I ain't even call it Mo 3 to go to DFW, but Mo 3 was dope.
Mo 3 was dope.
He was dope. But that Go to Texas, chill, bro. Scarface is from Texas. Brad Jordan is from Texas.
I think he might be above. I think he might be
it.
above the ball. That's why he might be above the ball. He might not
That's
be.
cool too. But even then, I'm going roll over Mo 3.
Yeah, Ro dope. Ro just dropped something too. Ro just dropped the album.
Yeah, I'm going Friday. Roll. I'm going 0 over Mo 3. I mean, we got to have a Texas conversation, but I got to get some Texas partners in here to have this conversation, so I can make sure I stay within the boundaries. But yeah, Johnny Damn D is my favorite rapper right now in the game. I just like it. Shout out to Rent Suki. Thank you for the $2. Just want to say y'all family and I love y'all. We love you too, Suki. Much love.
Love you too.
Jess, what up? Thank you for the $5. Glasses, do you think rappers saying fuck the street will actually change the content of their music? Hell no. What else are these niggas gonna talk about? What else is these dudes gonna be talking about?
I thought about that though too. Cause you remember with them Thug's case, he wasn't supposed to talk about no street shit.
And he still talking about some street shit, but whatever.
Yeah, he did.
But no, I don't think it's gonna change the content of their music. They don't know shit. Shout out to Beach Boy Dre Beast. Thank you for the $5. Snoop Dogg Bush album so slept on. It was fully produced by Pharrell. Snoop definitely was on his grown folk funk vibe on that album. You know what? I never really listened to that album.
The album's fire.
But I have heard people talk about it and talk about how good it was. So I got to get into it. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that. We'll talk about it.
Nah, Bush is fire.
Shout out to Breezy. Thank you for the $5, Breezy. Eric B. and Rakim paid in full. Dr. Dre himself for 2001. Oh, that's cheating. It can't be a group. It got to be like separate entities.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. It's like I can go with Mar Deep easily.
Yeah, that's not fair. Shout out to Big Red. Thank you for the $2, Red. Dot and Mustard, Bron and AD. Nah. Dot and Mustard, Bron and AD. Nah, that wasn't no bubble ring. That was a big ring.
Nah, that wasn't no bubble ring.
Woo. If I had to, I always say KD and Steph is Snoop and Pac. So if I had to compare Dot and Mustard,
Dot and Mustard.
The closest thing that comes to mind.
Might have another sport. I don't know if it's basketball.
No, I could make it work in basketball. We got to make it work in basketball.
Is that Braun? Is that Braun and D Wade? Braun and D Wade?
I'm not mad at that though. I'm not mad at that. But you know who I'm gonna say? This is gonna sound crazy. Bird and Dennis Johnson.
I'm going Braun and D Wade. I like
I'm
Bird.
not mad at that. I think people don't really respect Mustard the way they should.
And that's the way D Wade was.
Well, I think we all respected D Wade.
No.
But I think we all got D Wade's greatness. I think history hasn't been favorable to D Wade, but I think we all respected D Wade's greatness in real time. I think people kind of have never really respected Mustard's greatness. Like they don't quite get how great Mustard is. And to me, that's Dennis Johnson. Like people only know Dennis Johnson as this point guard that played with Larry Bird. They don't know, like I tell y'all, they don't know the Dennis Johnson that went to back-to-back finals in Seattle and led them to back-to-back finals and won them the championship in 79. Like if we would have saw that, it'd have been different. Like people could really respect Dennis Johnson. And to me, that's kind of how Mustard is. People don't really know Mustard kind of, like I've heard people talk about Drake carrying hip hop. And I'm like, you talking about the era when Mustard was just giving everybody smash hit records like Tyga, Ty Dolla $ign, YG, Kid Ink. You know what I mean? Like he was breaking himself. You know, he was breaking all kind of acts. He gave the He gave 2 Chainz a smash hit record. He gave Jeezy a smash hit record. He gave he gave them a couple hit records. The 3 boys from Atlanta, Migos. He gave the Migos a hit record. Right now, he got this Chief Keef song that's going viral. You know what I mean? And people don't really respect him. Like, they don't get how great it is. Like, he's probably a top 5 producer as far as accomplishments. Like, he's high. Like, he's accomplished so much. So I feel like people don't quite get what he does. I'm not mad at Mustard being Shaq neither, because it could be like that, where it's like you don't quite get how great he is. So, okay. No. What about Shaq and D-Wade?
Shaq and D-Wade's good.
That was a big thing.
Shaq and D-Wade is
You have to
good.
think about it, but that Dot and Mustard, I always knew that was going to be something. I kept telling him, I'm like, that's going to be the biggest thing in the world, because Dot knows exactly what to do. That's who he really is at his core. Shout out to Suki. Thank you for the $2. G, who are the little homies credited on Dot's tracks? Which tracks? Who's you talking about, Trap? Little homies.
You talking about Lefty? Talking about Lefty? Talking about
You talking about on GNX?
Yeah, gotta be talking about GNX. It was the other dude too. Who was the other dude who they who came out with the joint when they were doing that little battle joint?
What is your least offensive? Thank you, Andy, for the $2. What is your least offensive album to women? I don't think I got an album disrespecting women. I got an album disrespecting bitches, though, for sure. I don't think I got an album disrespecting women. Cancel These Nuts ain't really disrespecting women at all. It's canceled. Do I got a song disrespecting women on Cancel These Nuts?
Yeah, you should have never.
Oh, does that count?
Put a cucumber in her mouth. No.
Yeah, but does Kim count as a woman?
She might be a bitch.
Does Kim count as a woman?
I don't know.
I don't know if Kim count. Does Kim Kardashian count as a woman?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So then who is a bitch that we can all agree is a bitch?
Who's a bitch?
I'm gonna
start saying it like that. Bitch. My Bay Area shit. Bitch.
I would have thought Lil Kim for sure would be like
Lil Kim.
Lil Kim, like not Lil Kim. I'm talking about
Lil Kim.
Kim Kardashian. Like I would have thought we could all agree that Kim Kardashian is, worthy of slander. Not necessarily like, oh, something should happen to her, but like critique. You know what I'm saying? She's doing things that deserve critique.
I don't know. Andy, what's up with you, Andy?
No, because you said, do I have an album that's least offensive to women? Nightmare on 7th Street. Nightmare on 7th Street ain't really too disrespectful. I don't really got a lot of disrespectful to women's songs, albums like that.
I like really? What's the name joint? What's the joint with the Mr. California joint on there?
Yeah.
You ain't disrespectful. You ain't disrespecting no women on that album. That whole album, the album fire.
Shout out to Shy. What up with it? Thank you for the $2. Glasses. You're not that biased. Academics is. Oh, I'm way more biased than academics. Academics ain't gonna even wreck. I wreck shit. No, I ain't gonna even lie. I'll punch some shit over Dot fast. I'll punch one of them over Dot. I'm hella biased, but I'm still honest. Like you gonna know I'm biased. But I'm biased to Dot, but that don't mean I'm finna sit up here and tell you I like all his fucking albums. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That's my nigga in real life. I'd give a pint of blood for him, but yeah, I will tell you if I don't like 808s and if I'm gonna tell you if I don't like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Shout out to Jess. Thank you for the $2. Glasses, great convo with Reed. Oh yeah, man, Reed is dope. And Reed is open to conversation. Like Reed ain't stuck in his thoughts. I don't mind my thoughts being challenged. You know what I mean? Like when we're building, but he has a true intention to build. And like, so as we started to expand and as things were pushed back, it was like, nah, think about it like this. And it allowed a place that I'm really strong at. And he was able to kind of really guide it. So yeah, I agree with you. But it was a good conversation. It felt good having it. It felt productive. A lot of times talking to these niggas don't feel productive. Shout out to for the $5. Thank you, aircraft carrier. Color in the chat. That part right there. I'll be doing that to people chat. I'll go just it's funny because I don't watch a lot of lives, but maybe a couple streams a week. But I always super chat people just to put color in the chat. So that's funny you said that. I thought that was just in my mind. See, that be the minds working together. I just be putting color in people's chat. I'm gonna steal that from you, aircraft carrier. I'm gonna start saying color in the chat because I have to make up a dumb question. I really don't want to say nothing. I just really want to show some love and also just put some color in the chat. That's funny you said that. Shout out to Grab Lover. Grab, what up? Thank you for the $5. Salute to the lunch table. Folks forget about Special Ed. His first album was Youngest in Charge. He was nice at 16, 17. Rest in peace, Howie T. Rest in peace, Howie T. He was helping me on a song on Cancel These Nuts called The Loke. And I got to get Chubb Rock opinion on that song. And he thought it was the dopest song in the world. And that shit made my day. But I was working with Howie T on mixing it. He was just over the water in some other country. I think he was on an island. And I kind of fell apart in getting it finished. But such a dope dude. And yeah, Special Ed was fantastic. Early Snoop is all Special Ed. Like his whole posture and how he carried himself, it was all Special Ed. So it's funny because Special Ed hate the West Coast, but like the West Coast loves Special Ed. Ain't that how it go?
You don't hate the West Coast. That's what you hate y'all. That shit is crazy, yo. I gotta stop that, man.
Niggas said we are responsible for the destruction of kids.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't say
Verbatim,
kids.
he said that.
He didn't say kids. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He said of hip hop.
That don't matter.
Kids. He didn't say kids.
You got to be okay with some people not liking the West Coast trap. We not making it up.
They sure are. They swear to God, I hate the West Coast. This shit is crazy, man.
Trap,
they swear to God.
A lot of hater shit.
Hater shit. Y'all keep telling y'all.
Listen, not hater the way these niggas use it. I mean, you have a lot of disdain or dislike.
Because I could speak my honest opinion. I hate some place no be. I got no hate for the West at all.
Hating is just extreme dislike.
I don't extremely
like if I'm telling you, like right now, here's the thing, right? So like if we're talking about Wayne and Nas, and I'm telling you Wayne puts out his album at 17. And I'm like, that album is more than formidable. Like he sounds really good at 17 years old. And then you immediately shut it down. And then you tell me about a Nas album that came out when he was 21.
That's not hate. It's not hate. That's me. All right, you said 17, 21. You want to look at that as being a big difference, then cool. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's not hate. Reason why I say
there's not no big difference between.
No, it's not a big difference. All right, so the reason I can sit here and say that I don't hate is so strong of an emotion to use. I don't have enough energy in my body to put hate towards any type of situation like that at all. I don't have that strong of an emotion for something.
You just dislike. Okay, I'm sorry. You just have a light dislike of Lil Wayne.
Come on, we ain't about to do that.
You just have a light dislike.
It's too strong of an emotion. I can't put that emotion, that enough mental emotions into something to be considered something me hating something. So I don't hate nothing.
Okay. You just have a disdain for Lil Wayne's.
I'll just be honest.
I mean, you have an honest opinion, but I don't know if it's fair for you to act like that logically makes sense.
I'll just be honest, man.
Can you really name somebody 16, 17 years old that's as good as Lil Wayne?
No, I
at
can't.
16, 17 years old?
Not off top. I
think that's all the point was. Shout out to Natasha. Thank you for the 50 check dollars. Eminem was 14 when he started rapping in the late 1980s. I don't even want to hear that Eminem. He probably called a nigga 100 niggers and all kind of shit. He didn't cut niggas out and shit. This shit. They think I can't rap because I'm not a rappity pap. Shout out to M, one of the dopiest. Miss Peachy Peaches, thank you for the $5. G, need you to bring pen and pad for memory. I want us to list a group of rappers that could bring some feel back like Hobson. We need better music too. Yeah, we definitely got to get back to the music. Definitely got to get back to the music. Oh, Hop. Shout out to Beach Boy Dre Beach. Thank you for the $2. Nah, G. Cuddy make great vibe music. Look, I'm not condemning Cuddy's music.
Told you about that vibe music.
I don't care. I don't need nobody to listen. First off, vibe is diet soul. Let's start here. When y'all say vibe, all y'all saying is it's a light dive into soul. So whenever y'all keep saying vibe, that means it's touching your soul. And if Kid Cudi is your greatest journey to your soul, or if that's the greatest journey to your soul, you got some problems. Kid Cudi does nothing for my soul. Nothing about Kid Cudi does nothing for my fucking soul. I'm sorry, I've had much better music that get to my soul. I can fucking listen to a lot of better artists to get to my soul than Kid fucking Cudi. I'm not knocking it. Shout out to all y'all who love Kid Cudi. I'm just being honest, like Trap saying right now. I don't dislike his music. I'm not into it. Like the songs that I like them. The other songs, I wouldn't play them ever. So, no, I'm not fucking with Cudi shit. And if y'all saying it's great vibe music, if that music touches your soul, again, that's why I call vibe diet soul. Diet soul. When y'all say vibe music, y'all saying diet soul music. I can go just listen to Al Green, or I can go listen to somebody else who got soul. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck with Cudi. I don't fuck with that shit like that at all. Like him, not really fucking with him at all. The music, some of the records I like, but I hate 808s and Heartbreak. Like, I hate that shit. Like, I genuinely hate. Like, Trap, I'm telling Trap, when you say, G, you a hater, I hate 808s and Heartbreak. I hate it. Yes, Day and Night is a good song. I enjoyed it. That happiness song they played in the movie X, Project X, I like that song. But I'm not fucking with none of that other Kid Cudi shit. I'm cool. Fuck that. Nigga, and you let that nigga open your kid's presents, you didn't do nothing to cuz. I'm not fucking with none of that. Shout out to Mark Gear. Thank you for the Christmas gift, Mark. Much love for the $50. Merry Christmas, y'all. I moved out of the country right before the 808 auto-tune drowsy era started. I got back and thought hip-hop had passed me by. Glad we moved on. I'm telling you, that's to me the party that we talking about. When Dot said, watch the party die, he talking about that fucking weird ass party. All that crying over a woman and shit. How are you crying over a stripper? I mean, don't get me wrong, as a man, you can fall in love with anybody, bro. But like, that's to me where like Rod Wave and all of them come from, 808s and Heartbreak. Like and I like Rod, you know what I mean? But that whole getting high and crying over a girl shit, that's not my thing. Shout out to all of y'all that represents, and you know, being young and falling in love like you can't meet somebody tomorrow and just cool. I'm not fucking with that. And I'm glad it's over. I ain't gonna lie. Rod will be still here because, you know, people like him. Shout out to Andy. Thank you for the $10. What is your issue with women? We don't take accountability to keep saying things that insinuate that there's a problem. Lakers owner asked Kobe, call LeBron. Akron will probably never give him a statue. Andy, okay. One time, Andy, I do not have a problem with women. I actually am a reason women don't take accountability. I don't necessarily allow it. I won't even let a woman be responsible enough to open her door. I won't even let a woman be responsible enough to pump her gas. I don't hold women to their word or none of that. Because I understand why, you know, they don't supposed to have their hair or they want to put makeup on their face. I don't think that's an issue. I understand we live in a patriarchal society where women, you know, it's different for them. And I do my part to make sure that they don't have the same accountability as men, being the bearer of life. I think there's nothing wrong with that, Andy. Why does that bother you? I think that's cool. I think we can do that much for people who bring life onto the planet Earth. So I'm not asking for women to have accountability. I don't think nothing should happen to Cassie in this situation. I'm being honest. I don't think she should go to jail or nothing. I don't be like, well, you had it coming or nothing. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying?
How
Like,
can she
I'll
get
stay
this?
out of it.
How can she
I
get this?
don't. Huh?
What can she do?
You said who?
I said, how can she get in this?
I'm just saying, cause she always talk about Puff, and I'm like, cause she feel like I like Puff and Puff fighting cats. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I'm one
Andy,
of the
you
few
think that,
people,
Andy?
I'm one of the few
You don't think
people who
that.
be like, man, you know what? You gotta leave these girls. Come on, Puff, leave this girl alone. Not to fight the fight. He, you know, you got to go to jail for that. So when you saying hold him accountable for that, that the law does that. Now, if I was my sister, he'd be in the dirt. But I'm saying, right, like, I'm one of the few people that feel like not to fight, but like Cassie kind of participating in things, buying prostitutes and, you know, letting somebody piss in their mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't hold her accountable for that.
No, because it's like, that's how I feel, bro. Like, what you want me to do? Like, you know, I can't hold her accountable. It's a woman in America. A black, well, I don't know if she's black.
Andy
You know
putting a full court press on you.
Every
full
time.
Court
And I don't
press.
know how do I end
full
up in
court.
I don't know how I end up in a situation defending
Put the
things
full
that I don't
court
believe in.
press on him, Andy. Keep it on, Andy.
Why?
Don't take full court press on him.
Why do you? She think I'm like, she like, you cool with Tory fighting Meg. I'm like, first off, I'm not. Meg gonna beat the shit out of Tory. First off, let's start with that. Let's start there. Let's start there. Meg gonna beat the shit out of Tory. Let's start right there. So when you keep telling me like I'm okay with Tory being abusive to women, Tory can't abuse Meg. Meg will beat the shit out of Tory. Whoop Tory ass.
Bing.
That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm saying, but so I can't imagine a world where Tory is abusing Meg. And I could be wrong. I'm just saying, I just don't see that world. I think Megan will beat Tory. I think if they had a head up fade, he would beat him up. And even when you saying Tory beat up Kelsey, I didn't know that. I never heard that. Like, you be having all the details. You know about all the 2000 snacks. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Like, how do you know this? And I don't have no idea. Now, I'm not saying you're not right. I'm saying I don't know that. But if you're asking me in that situation, I think Megan will beat Tory ass up right today. I think if they had a head up fade, Megan to beat up Tory. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I got Meg. Y'all gonna give LeBron a statue, at least one. Y'all definitely gonna get that man a statue. Shout out to Chief Latero. Thank you for the $2. Bring topic to Clubhouse. 400 degrees of Illmatic. Man, I'm not finna argue with these people. Trap get mad when we do that shit.
Who said that? Who said that?
Beloved, thank you, Bone. Appreciate the $10. The bubble ring is easily the hardest ring in
Tell him. Tell him. Tell him.
The bubble ring is easily the hardest ring in NBA history. LeBron deserves a statue easily, especially considering the Lakers weren't in the playoffs for almost a decade prior to him coming. We wasn't in the playoffs the year before. We probably got in the playoffs because half of the season got cut in half and we only played 50 games. The bubble ring is not the hardest ring. Do you understand what makes it hard for veterans to ring rings?
To not be able to go home to their family at the end of the night?
No, what makes it hard for veterans to win rings, right, is going home to your family is not the problem. Traveling is hard. It's labor on the body. People don't know that traveling is labor on the body. People don't understand that a lot of the things happen. Playing 82 games is why veterans stop being as effective, because it's a long season. So if you shorten the season in a team full of vets, and then nobody got to travel, it's going to benefit the vets. And it's cool. Like, there was vets on other teams, but don't make it the hardest ring. It was the ring set up for us. And that worked out. I'm grateful. We won. And LeBron and AD got it done. Shout out to Rondo. We did have 5 Hall of Famers on the fucking team. We did have Dwight Howard. We did have Rajon Rondo. We did have a bunch of people who don't got to travel. They was all vets. Look at the shit that the Warriors are going through right now. Look at the shit they're going through right now because they finna play 82 games. We not even 82 games. That's murder on a vet. So no, the bubble ring is not the hardest ring in NBA history. That's just ridiculous. For us, it would have been catered to us straight up. And that's cool because everybody else played in there and we won it. But it is a bubble ring and you can't make it the hardest ring. It's ridiculous. Shout out to Rock Nation. Thank you for the $2. Keep Chop Gucci Zaytoven. Oh, Keith and Chop. Oh, that's a good one. They got some shit. And Gucci and Zay. People like Gucci and Zay. Yeah. Shout out to Zay. He's a good dude.
Zay's dope.
Shout out to Beach Boy Dre Beast. Thank you for the $5. You right, G. My bad. Scarface is the go to Texas. I just found out we share the same birthday. You fucking right, Face is. Face is the one. Breezy, I hope you like that sticker. Thank you for the $2. Fatima, thank you for moderating the chat. Fatima, Squish, Joey, Fats, all the people that moderate this chat and make this thing crack. Much love to y'all. Shout out to the lunch table. Thank y'all for being here and checking us out. Thank you for the $10. You don't have any disrespectful songs about women. I take the time to listen and you're good. That's what I'm saying. That ain't really my thing. I don't really disrespect women like that. That's not my style. I don't quite know what Andy be. When she be going off, I'll be like, oh man, I don't really disrespect women. That's not my bag. Like that ain't my style. Like Sugar Free, yes. Me, no. Too Short, yes. Glasses, no. Snoop, yes. Glasses, no. Like I'm not. That ain't my thing. You know what I mean? I disrespect niggas. Respect niggas. Cancel These Nuts is about disrespecting the whole party that just died. All of them niggas. That's another thing that y'all didn't pay attention to. Cancel These Nuts is a precursor for what's happening now. But Lord knows, y'all wouldn't believe it, but it's all good. Shout out to J-Dog. Thank you for the $5. Mo 3 definitely a Texas great, but Roe is the GOAT and still outselling everyone. That's because Roe is fire. He's like one of the dopest people I've ever worked with, too. He's hella dope. Shout out to Tamila. Thank you for the $5. Glasses, what you think about the resurface of Kendrick's track about game? Oh, what's that song called?
Last Real Nigga Alive?
Last Real Nigga. I mean, he talked about me in that song. Tamila, It's funny because he was talking about when I got my deal, what it looked like for all of us, and then when I got my hit record, how it would look for all of us. He talks about me in that song, too. Like, I'm just listening. It's like 20 songs where Kendrick somehow mentioned me and shit. I'm like, damn. But that's dope when somebody goes on and they're documenting their journey and you're a part of their journey, too. You know what I mean? So that's one thing he's really good at, documenting what's happening, which is a huge plus in hip-hop. Shout out to Miss Hummus. Thank you for the $5. What up, Glasses Trap? Glasses, I don't think you feel any type of way towards women. You've always shown the utmost respect for us. I don't get what Andy be talking about. Andy be going on. She be like, nigga, you be back and puff. I'm like, back and puff or anybody. That's just a lot for me. But I'm all in. I don't mind, man. I could take the critique. That's part of this cripping. No Ceilings Live, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here, noon Pacific Standard Time. Pacific Standard Time, right here on No Ceilings by Glasses Malone YouTube page. 3 p.m. if you're on Eastern Standard Time. I hope you enjoyed your lunch. If you're on your holiday break, make sure you enjoy this weekend. I know the first is right around the corner. It's going up. Make sure you start to focus on your resolutions, things that you can carry out for 365 days. We do this stream to support the No Ceilings podcast. New podcast coming next week, but just dropped a Christmas episode. That's really dope. It ain't about Christmas, but it's really interesting, so you should check it out. It's called Christmas Day Conversations. I have my man Josh from Intellectually Petty Radio. Make sure y'all be on the lookout for the new Gatekeepers podcast. Go subscribe to the Gatekeepers feed, GTKPRS, Gatekeepers. That's one of the best projects I'm a part of, and it's a really outstanding podcast. We call it the Wu-Tang. It's the Wu-Tang of the podcast world. So make sure you get aboard and get down. Subscribe to the No Ceilings podcast. Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcast from. The No Ceilings podcast, executive produced by Charlemagne the God, the Black Effect Podcast Network, and iHeart. Hold on, got a couple more super chats. David Johnson, asshole. Thank you for the $5. What up, G? Can we get that album? Glasses Malone, Crooked Eye, Maestro, that was supposed to get. So that album was Glasses Malone, Crooked Eye, and Bishop Lamont. It was called No Country for Old Men. That was the name of our group. No Country. And it was fire. It was gonna be incredible. And me and Bishop kind of didn't agree on it. Snoop wanted to present it. Snoop wanted to make good, and me and Bishop could not see eye to eye on that. So that album never happened. But man, and it's funny because I remember Crooked Eye like, geez, we gonna do this shit. Like, it was a big deal. What's the brother from Memphis? He was trying to sign us. Memph Hits. Memph was trying to sign us. We had a deal on the table for like $2 million. And me and Bishop could not. No, the deal was for $700,000 initially, but with Snoop presenting it, it went up to $2 million. And Bishop did not want to do it with Dog. And I'm like, you tripping. And we stopped even talking for a while because of that. And Crooked was like, Glasses, are we going to do this album? If not, I'm finna go do this album with Joel, Joe Budden, and Royce the 5'9", which became Slaughterhouse. And I remember telling him, like, man, you might as well do that because Bishop, we ain't finna see eye to eye. And obviously Slaughterhouse, the rest is history. Me, Bishop, and Mikey was supposed to do a record, but we never did. But me, Crooked, and Bishop had records already for No Country. It was gonna be a problem, so it was dope. Shout out to Dom. Thank you for the $5. Conspiracy theories is given, but I must admit it. You got the wrong person. I don't think you hate women, Glasses. Yeah, that's a lot for me. That ain't really my style. But look, I don't mind the critique. It's all love. Again, man, thank y'all for being here. We will see y'all Monday. Get your shit together. Have a great weekend. Put some stuff on the grill. Enjoy the weekend, man. Much love.